Hey, welcome to the 2 Hour Grind. I'm Nate, and today I'm going to be working on this cyberpunk kind of project that I've been working on. Sorry, the little bell chime threw me off for a second. So, I've been working on this cyberpunk kind of team that's going to be in this comic book that I've been working on called Wolfsbane. If you guys haven't seen any of that stuff, it is posted up on my YouTube channel and all around my GCP Comics on, Insta, Facebook, whatever. Anyway, so I've been working on Wolfsbane for a little while, and one of the next bad guy teams that they're going to come up against is actually like a cyberpunk team, and they're kind of based on like mythology and monsters and things like that. So you have like the main dude is Kilvas, 4 arms, runs around with a super special revolver and a ridiculous chainsaw thing. He was kind of fun to design. I haven't finalized the design yet. He just got a couple takes, but he kind of like rocks a nice, dressed up in a nice suit and stuff, and then he like keeps a nice trench coat and then pops the 4 arms out when he needs them. He doesn't always have them out, right? Then it kind of accidentally happened off of one of my streams that I did recently when I did this vampire that, well, she became a vampire. It started as a samurai girl with a sword, and it kind of morphed while I was drawing it, I don't know, and ended up being a cybernetic kind of vampire with a little pink glow. From there, that was the monster thing. That was, and then I went to go fix her face because I wasn't happy with it, of course, right? And I'll scan it in and fix it. So I redrew a kind of a vampire face, and then it kind of turned into like, it's going to be a cyberpunk styled Medusa, so one of the team, right? And this is just how like ideas kind of flow in a way, right? When you're creating, when you're world building or like creating things. And that leads to who I'm working on today. He's just going by creature. He's going to be like a fish man. However, he's, they're all just dudes in like cyberpunk world, kind of. It's not really a cyberpunk world, but it is futuristic. But they're going to be based on that. So they're going to have like cybernetic pieces and like cyborg arm. And he's got, I got to fix his hand. I got to fix his leg, but he'll have like I think he's just going to have like a claw hand that'll pop out, be normal, but he can flare it out somehow. I haven't designed it yet, so it's in progress. So I'm going to work on that a little bit. I got to kind of fix this area too. There's something a little bit off, I feel like, right there. But besides that, it's going to go that pencils a little bit, then jumping into the colors. I'm going to be using Prismacolors and Copics. Changed all the settings, but it keeps doing the reconnecting thing, and I've messed with this thing so much. It's kind of disappointing that it happened again. I don't know. Hopefully you guys didn't lose much of that, but yeah. Anyway, so coloring on top of black line work. Like if I put the black marker to line work down first, it will actually kind of like the pigment will lighten a little bit and it won't be as black. So if you put it down on top, it will stay on top, right? Like it's layered. So that's kind of what I do, and that's kind of why I usually save it to last. Now, if you're going for like that look where you want it to be underneath, and there's reasons for it, right? There's reasons why you would use it and like be able to like mess it up a little bit with color on top. But anyway, so that's going to be my process for today. And there's lots of different ways to work and lots of different art styles. And sorry, I sometimes will go into talking about that stuff because that's kind of what I like. So first thing I want to do is just the pencils. I do want to fix his hand. He's going to kind of have in this leg. I don't know what's going on with this. I think it was just the extra belt that I didn't actually draw in yet. Want to add a little detail on the pants. I don't know, throw it to some maybe some cargo pants or a pocket or something, Nothing wrong with a couple pouches. I mean, it works for some people. I like throwing pouches on them. It is wired up. It's gonna have some kind of powers. I don't really know. So it all comes down to like the writer and how they're gonna interact with the other characters in the story. So I'm not really sure which way it's gonna go with him. So he's gonna have some kind of energy powers, I believe. Like they're all gonna have an aura, like a glow. Just kind of cyberpunk, right? There's neon lights everywhere. Alright, so I gotta redesign this hand. I want him to kind of still get a little bit of like the webbing in between the fingers because he is based on like a fish man. So I heard a little bit of Hellboy the other day when I was doing. Maybe an activator switch or something in the middle. All right, got him walking in some water. I guess why not? He's a fish man, based on a fish man, not really a fish man. Got to figure out exactly how his glove's gonna work. Haven't quite got that hand yet. I'm still trying to work on it, figure that out, and then of course I erase the other arm now. I'm jumping around a little bit. I did kind of, I think I kind of fixed the pants, so at least that's good for the most part until I add value or color. All right, so this I want to come. I feel like his shoulders are pushing it back, right? It's not really coming forward with that shoulder. All right. Excuse me. All right, let's go. Color. I want them to have like a green metal. See if we can do this. Make it work. I don't know. So I always want to like, do a quick color study every time. Like every time. You should kind of know the colors by now, but like I still like to mess around and make sure and double check them before actually putting them on the paper. All right, so as it jumps around, I'm sorry guys, my connection is just not working. I've changed so many settings. I'm not sure what else is there to do, so I'm gonna keep rolling with it. You guys won't notice this if you catch it later because it's just gonna cut. I think it just jumps ahead and it just links them all together, kind of. So if you're trying to watch this live though and it keeps skipping, I'm sorry. So when I do the skin tone, it'll interact quite heavily with the pencil, the graphite that's already down there, the lead, whatever you want to call it. So I kind of want to clean it up a little bit more before I start putting it down. He's not going to have a lot of areas anyway with skin tone, but all right, I'm gonna try to hit the colors real quick. So I'm gonna lean towards like the greens and like I was kind of trying to get like a military. So it's just kind of about adding layers. A lot of times you can layer these markers. They will go down. You can put another layer down once they dry. They do dry a little lighter than when it goes down first, right? Because it's wet at the same time. And then, you can do multiple layers of one color, or you can just, mix things. So I like to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of a cool gray in this. I want it to be metal, right? So I'm going to try to fake it somehow with a little bit of a little bit of the cool grays, and then I'll add some white highlights and try to give it that metal feel somehow. Now he's got a glow. The light source, I want it to kind of be behind him. So most of the shadow will be like central, you know, in the middle of him. So in here, you can kind of see where I already laid it down with the pencils a little bit. Minus a couple of the highlights, but